Oh, Anthony's. You never change.
Dana stepped inside Anthony's, a pleasant little restaurant that served great alcoholic drinks, good food, and had a pretty relaxed atmosphere. It had been quite a while since she had last been there, as the last few meetings between her and the Oberon Corporation Nymphians were at other restaurants and public places. There weren't a lot of people in at the moment, which was perfectly fine for Dana. A familiar face sat by the bar, and a large glass of beer, half filled, was sitting in front of him. He looked a little different from his youth. Rather than be the pinnacle of physical fitness, Tyler had a slight gut. His head was still shaved, and his face had way more laugh lines and worry lines etched into them. Such was the price of being a family man. Tyler wore a worn pair of jeans, a faded dark blue t-shirt, a long-sleeved red and black plaid shirt that was unbuttoned in the front, and a pair of new Grace dad-style sneakers. Dana waltzed over and sat beside him.
Hey, you! Were you waiting long?
Oh, not too long. I wanted to beat traffic, so I left super early, and I've just been walking around town for a while. I miss this city.
Yeah, it isn't the same without the three of you here. Sparkling aside, how's Bashery City?
Oh, it's alright. Joni really loves it because it's closer to her parents, and our kids are in a good school system. I used to be the party guy. And now...
You're a frumpy suburban dad.
Okay, ouch. You try running a business and raising two daughters in our modern world. You'd be frumpy too. I constantly have to be careful about what my daughters are exposed to and be supportive in this crazy world. Is it my imagination, or are cartoons different than they were when we were kids?
Oh, it's the way of the world, my friend. Progress and innovation lead to unexpected developments in all things.
These unexpected developments suck! Even though my kids are 5 and 4, they're asking me things I'm not ready for.
So, how is Joni? Last I heard, she was just starting a new position with Bashery City Hall, right?
Wow. It has been a while. Joni is now the head of Parks and Rec for the city. She's usually so busy that I had to step back from my business and hire someone to run it while I stay at home with the girls.
So you're a stay-at-home dad?
Yep, that's right. I mean, if there are issues with the business, then I can take calls or even make arrangements to go into the field. But I have enough good electricians on the books that I never have to. And when things do come up, I can arrange for a babysitter to come by and watch the girls. Like this meeting.
Thanks for meeting me, by the way. It's helpful to have someone to talk to.
So talk to me. Let's start off with you, then we'll discuss Demeter.
The bartender came over, took Dana's order, and then left her and Tyler to their conversation.
Okay, so me as in Dana. What's new? I have a cute cat named Artemis, named after an anime cat and the goddess. I have a potential promotion coming up that I am not sure I want to take.
Yeah, Frankie mentioned that. They really threw you to the wolves, huh?
If by wolves you mean the senior management, then yes. Hungry wolves. The thing is, I'm not sure I'm ready. It's a big step.
Yeah, it is. But isn't that the point of living? Taking both small and big steps as you advance ever closer to the ultimate prize.
Ultimate prize meaning death?
Well, more than that. The ultimate prize being the completion of a life well lived. I'm so glad I left sales and went into being an electrician. I met Joni and I started a family. Well, it's not as glamorous as Frankie's life or as prestigious as Nicholas's. It's mine, and I'm living it the way I want. Ready for some real talk?
Sure.
No matter what you do, no matter what decision you make, you're going to be fine. You're intelligent, driven, and exceptionally talented. You're a wonderful professional, a great leader, and an amazing friend. If you don't take this opportunity, It will be okay. Something else will come along, as you are destined for greatness. So don't stress out about it. Take the time you need. Make a decision, and trust that it's going to turn out well.
Tyler, oh my gosh, thank you. You're already practicing those great dad speeches, huh?
I have to. I'm going to blink, and my girls are going to go from 4 and 5 to 14 and 15. They're growing up too fast. Ugh. That part sucks too. I have to be prepared.
Well, you make me feel better about the situation. Demeter time?
Demeter time. So, lay it on me.
Where do I begin? For starters, I have to be responsible for the defense of the city. There's a crazy new threat, and at first, it was just me. That was super stressful.
I'd imagine it would be.
While I had the other Nymphians, I still felt alone.
While I was happy peace was established, I was always wary about them in general, especially that dreadful Elvinia.
Okay, that is another matter altogether. I love Elvinia for that. But you're right. Even if we were at peace, when it boiled down to it, it was them and us. Or actually, them and me.
But then others started waking up?
Yes. I wonder if the universe summoned more sparkles because I was in need. Like with you all in Merica.
Oh, Merica was the worst. Seriously. She almost killed us.
Yes, I know I was there. Technically, she almost killed you twice. So, first there was Persephone, and then Hestia, and recently Boreas.
Boreas? That's an obscure one. Then again, once the primary 3 were activated, I suppose they had to branch out.
Primary 3? Excuse you, but Hera, Demeter, and Hestia were also children of Kronos.
Yes, but Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon were the cooler ones. Oh, there's still one more, right? Think it will be Hera?
Oh, I'm not sure. But whoever they are, I have to find them, and soon. These new Nymphians are savage. Way worse than what you 3 fought against.
Wow. Back then, I would have welcomed a serious fight. As much grief as I gave Alfreda about her soldiers, it was always so fun smashing them! So, tell me about the new sparkles.
Well, let's see. Raquel is Persephone, and she has a powerful magic scythe. She's all up in the front of things, swinging away. Then we have Paul, who is Hestia. Hestia has a riot shield that shoots fireballs and can make shields. Lastly, we have Fahim, who is a tall, buff guy about my age, as the other 2 are younger. Fahim is Boreas, and he flies and shoots icy tornadoes.
Wow. They sound great! So, something happened to me recently. After the new Nymphians had arrived, I transformed.
What do you mean? Like on purpose? And without you actively doing it?
Oh, it was on purpose. So I thought I was home alone.
No.
Yes. I transformed right in the living room, not realizing that my wife and kids had come home. I had a lot of explaining to do.
Joni knows everything?
Yep, she's supportive of it too. I really did marry the best person on the planet.
You sure did.
The front door opened up and Raquel walked in. She grinned from ear to ear and approached where Dana and Tyler sat.
Hey, Dana! I saw you through the window. I didn't know you liked this place. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you, especially if it's like a date.
Oh, no. You have it all wrong.
Tyler stood up and then stepped up to Raquel.
Wait, is this Persephone?
Raquel's eyes opened wide and she stepped back away from him. A moment later, her attention flickered over to Dana.
Easy. Persephone. Poseidon.
Wait, for real?
Sit with us, we're just talking.
Are you sure you don't mind?
Actually, I probably should be going. I have a long drive ahead of me, and I'm going to hit rush hour traffic if I linger any longer. It's great to see you. Hey, next time I'll bring my family. And it was great to meet you. Raquel, is it?
Yes, it's an honor to meet you. I've been a long-time fan, especially of the fanfics.
Tyler's smile fell. Dana couldn't help it, and she started laughing wildly, which caused poor Raquel to gaze in confusion.
Wait, is it something I said?
No, it's not you. It's Elvinia. Wait. Have you met them yet?
Them?
No, she hasn't. I'm going to have to bring her and the others up to speed, and we're going to meet soon.
Right. Take care of Dana, Raquel. If things are as bad as she says, then she will need all the help she can get.
You can count on me.
Great. Bye, Dana.
Drive safe.
Raquel sat down, and she and Dana watched Tyler leave the restaurant.
I can't believe that's Poseidon. In the flesh. Does he not like the fanfics?
He does not.
So who is Elvinia? And who are the them he was talking about?
Okay, so you know how we fight the evil little fairy creatures, the Nymphians?
Yes, why?
Well, before they came along, there were another set of Nymphians. These Nymphians were once the enemies of the original three, being Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. I fought them as well. That is, until we came together, the Nymphians and us, to fight an even more terrible foe. Well, for the last 5 years, we had a peace treaty with them. Essentially, we're in a sort of alliance.
Wow, I had no idea. So they're the evil ones we fought, and these other ones that are also in the city. They aren't evil?
No, they aren't. They actually use techniques that don't harm humans or the environment, while the ones who attacked you clearly do.
And Elvinia is one of these good Nymphians.
Yes, and also, Elvinia wrote all the best fanfics with Poseidon and Hades in them.
I love Elvinia and everything she stands for. Everything.
I also love those fanfics too. I'm actually going to set up a meeting with the good ones, so I can find out more about the evil ones. Do you want to come with me?
I would love to!
Great, I'll arrange it. Do you want to get out of here? I'm done drinking.
Actually, there is something I wanted to ask you.
Oh, what's up?
For a moment, Raquel averted her eyes, but a cute smile warped on her face.
Oh, screw it. Dana, will you go out with me? I really like you, and I'm interested.
An intense heat barreled into Dana's cheeks, and a billion butterflies became birthed inside her. They flapped around furiously, and she let out a nervous chuckle.
Or maybe just forget I said anything. Sorry, I probably misread the signals, and I thought that maybe we had a connection.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. And, well, you didn't misread anything. If I'm being honest, I just have a ton on my plate at the moment with the Nymphians and the new Guardians. Don't get me wrong, you're really cute and interesting. Can I have a couple days to think about it? I promise I will give you a definitive answer.
Sure. Can I walk you home?
Sure. I'd like that.
We're almost there. This is going to be perfect!
Karina and Olilee strolled together through one of the human parks, and it was a fairly beautiful day. They were both wearing their HABs, human appearance brooches, to walk undetected among the human population. It was during school hours, so the park wasn't as full as it would have been later in the day.
Hello?
The park they were in
hi, Mom.
had some wonderful,
No, yeah, I'm
winding
fine.
trails that zipped between large clusters of trees, bushes, and other splendid
that up
forms
while
of
I'm on the way.
nature.
So, we're going to install a miniature non-vaporator and collect the residuals off of passing park enthusiasts?
Yes, but don't forget the additional feature we added!
Oh, yeah! You added anomifier distribution nodes onto it, right? So the surrounding area will have richer Anam deposits?
We? We added anomifier distribution nodes.
I suppose that's true. But I only helped with installing them. It was your idea.
Oh, pish posh. I wouldn't have finished the project without all of your hard work. This is a really pretty park.
Yeah, it reminds me of Talencia, Nymphia's forest moon. That's where I'm from.
You're from Talencia? I wouldn't have guessed that. I'm from Ughgh.
Wait, the desert moon? Wow, now I'm the one who's surprised. Considering your intelligence and knack for artificing, I thought you might have come from Homeworld or maybe from Deventar.
Oh, I am so glad I'm not from Homeworld. Everyone who actually lives on Nymphia Prime is pretty pretentious in my opinion. Oh, look at me. I'm all special because my family is an old family. I am a special snowflake. Ugh. As for Deventar, all 3 of my fellow R&D Arcanists are from there. They're smart, but they lack imagination.
Karina and Olilee rounded the bend and came to a very lush area with several large willow trees, splendid rows of lavender, and even a small duck pond as well. The large stone fountain was beside the duck pond, and it served as a bird bath, as well as a beautiful decoration. At the base of the fountain, there was a large basin with a shallow pool of water. A central stone pillar rose up from the middle, with a stone platform extending about 10 feet high. Multiple streams of water arched off of the stone platform, and a smaller pillar with a wide, flat top stretched up from the top of the fountain.
There! That's the fountain I had seen on one of my walks. It would be perfect! Can you please put the device at the top of the fountain?
Sure. How are we going to ensure some animal doesn't try to climb it and sit on the top?
Oh, I thought about that. Once we activate it, we'll have an invisible force shield that will camouflage it from anything else.
Wow, you've thought of everything.
Olilee reached into her infinity bag and pulled out a device that almost looked like a metal 3-tiered wedding cake. The entire device was fairly solid, but Karina still placed it in her own infinity bag to avoid getting it wet. She climbed into the fountain, and the water went up to her calves. In human form, the water wasn't too deep, but in her natural form, it probably would have gotten up to her thighs.
You're doing great. I'll keep an eye out for anyone. So far, it's clear.
Water ran down her face, hair, and shoulders as she started to climb the fountain to get to the top. As soon as she was standing on the middle platform, Karina reached into her infinity bag and then pulled out the miniature Anam evaporator. She placed it in the center of the top of the fountain.
Karina, watch out! Duck!
Karina glanced over her shoulder and noticed Olilee's expression. In the distance, from this height, she could in fact see waterfowl swimming in the pond. However, when she followed Olilee's line of sight, a foot slammed into her face. She fell back as a series of sparkles glimmered from the top of the fountain. There was no time to focus on that now, and Karina harnessed her magic. She began transforming from the center of her back. Just as the front half of her body became covered in magical stone, the middle of her back struck the edge of the fountain. Karina let out a small grunt as she hit, even though there was no pain. She flipped her legs over herself and landed on her feet on the outside of the fountain. A moment later, the miniature Anam evaporator smashed on the ground, several feet away. Slowly, Karina trailed her eyes up to the human who stood on the top of the fountain, where the evaporator once sat. He was kind of short for a human, but obviously he was more than just that. This was a magical boy. The magical boy wore a strange outfit made of pearlescent ribbons that wrapped around his body. As the sunlight hit the ribbons, they sparkled with chromatic color. The ribbons ran up his legs, starting at the ankles, up his calves and thighs, around his waist, and over his shoulders and torso. His arms were left unwrapped, but he had a pair of pearlescent bracers. Upon his feet he wore white sandals. A pair of sparkling white wings extended from his back. The magical boy held up a pearlescent scepter with a gem headpiece. The headpiece sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, You bastard! You destroyed our artifact!
The magical boy pointed his scepter toward the pair of them, and a light rainbow tracer followed the path of the gem.
Olilee, Karina, I won't let you activate your vile animvabrator to steal the precious soul energy from innocent park enthusiasts. Parks are meant to be a fun place where families and people can come for recreation. I won't let you turn them into harvesting grounds.
How do you know our names?
The magical boy gestured with his scepter, leaving another rainbow trail to follow it.
With this, my magic scepter, Oranio Tozo, I can read your thoughts. I know all of your surface secrets. I know neither of you are evil, but I can't let you complete your mission. For the sake of the world, I will stop you!
Come down here and fight us fair and square.
Olilee reached into her infinity bag and pulled out a short rod, slightly longer than her palm. When she held it, an 8-foot-long energy tentacle came to life, and Olilee whipped it against the ground. A massive groove became embedded in the dirt.
Yeah! We're going to bust your ass for busting our artifacts! Oh, and get out of our heads!
The magical boy grinned from ear to ear, and then flapped his wings. He began hovering in the air.
I think not. That artifact was your prototype, and so you're essentially finished here. There's no reason for me to stay. But worry not. I am not a selfish magical boy. I have your names, and now I will give you mine.
He flapped higher into the air.
I am Iris! We will meet again!
He twirled around and flew off.
Get your pearlescent ass back here, you artifact smasher! Magical boys are the worst!